Hang on a second. Is this what I think it is? Is this a sweet treat video?
No, Anthony, this isn't a sweet treat video. This is the intro to my new podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Undiagnosed Show. Today we are joined with my dear friend who y'all have met before, Mihaila.
Maybe some of you haven't, though.
True, maybe true. How are you?
I'm very good.
You good?
I
feel like we're zen today, but continue.
Zen, like a little bit tired, a little bit lazy, a little bit slow, but, hopefully we can pick it up.
She was 30 minutes late. I don't really mind. I was slow this morning too.
I know, I felt bad because I usually...
if I had a really busy day, I'd be pissed, but I'm not.
I usually pride myself in, being
You are always on time, yeah.
So that was, I've been so slow the past couple days.
Let's put this in the back. That's another reason why I'm not mad, because it's not like you're a late person.
I'm getting old, and I had a big day on Saturday, and literally every day since then, it's Wednesday now, and
Can I tell you, I don't think that's getting old. I think that's like valuing your life.
Yeah.
I feel like I've never been able to... Raggy. That was a good one. I've never been able to have big nights, because then the next day, I'm like, I want to do stuff, but you just can't.
No, but I used to do stuff the next day, but now it's not just not doing stuff the next day. It's been 4 days of not really doing stuff.
100%. That's what it is. This is why I don't...
And I kind of love it.
Yeah. Do you know, but this is why I don't drink. You know how I'll always be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's because it lasts for 5 days.
Well, no, I've definitely had that realization, but I just knew for Derby Day, I had to still do it.
You had to perform. Yeah, for Alicia's 21st birthday, Alicia's been on before, I was out for 5 days after. I was out for 5 days.
Serious?
Yeah, I think I worked maybe two of those days, right? But I cancelled on everything I had. And you know me, I don't really cancel, but I cancelled on everything. I was like, I just can't. I can't physically be there.
Because you can be working, but you're not really.
You don't need to be present. What do I have? What little updates do I have for you? Well, firstly, I was gonna give.
Begin.
What?
I took a massive breath.
Let's do some breath work.
Please give me the update. I need to know.
I was going to give you an update on the drama situation.
Ooh.
There's no real updates. I told you how I got that message from, I'm calling her Felicity, because I've changed all their names, because that's
Felicity
the respectful
kind of
thing
makes
to
sense.
do. Right, it's the same sort of vibe.
Very similar vibe.
So, got that whole message. I don't know. I think I'm kind of over it. You know me. I've been pretty good at actually just disregarding the whole thing this whole time. But I think because things keep on happening. A lack of, acknowledgement, which I did know was gonna happen. A lack of an acknowledgement on their side from everything that I'm hearing, and them still bitching and stuff. I honestly just want to be petty. I'm not gonna lie. It's hard for me not to be petty, and I've also realized I don't want to be, and I don't have to be perfect anymore. I realized that I've been trying the past maybe 6 months, 7 months to be perfect and control everything. We've had this conversation before, and I'm slowly letting go of each control factor that I take care of, and one of them is the way I speak to these people. You know what I mean? Honestly, one of them is how I refer to these people, because I'm at the end of the day, I'm not having these problems with you. I'm not having these problems with, what do you call it? You know what I mean? When we have issues, we discuss them and we work through them. So I'm okay to be authentic and react how I want to react. I'm lucky that after I leave it for a day, I just don't want to react anymore, because I'm over it. But this is catty, but do you know how bad I'm not going to do it on TikTok. I'll do it on here because there's less people viewing this, but I just want to rat them out of everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm you're going to keep going, and they're going to watch this. Guys, fucking watch your mouth. This is a threat. You know how people are is that a threat? Yeah, this is a threat. Do you want me to tell your boyfriends what you say about them?
Ooh.
Do you know what I mean?
No, but I feel you've tried so hard to stay contained, because I think the difference with this situation, maybe, just meeting people like that, you don't necessarily care so much about whether they like you or not, but these are people you've been friends with for a long time.
I love them.
So you don't want to...
not anymore, honestly. Isn't that crazy?
You don't want to feel like you're walking away, because I
don't want my ego to get the best of me.
Yes, but you've sort of been the one in the situation where you've taken the brunt of it, because you were the
100%.
first one to say everything.
Yeah.
And so you've been left feeling like you don't have the upper hand, and so you've just been trying to be the nice guy, trying to, you're still trying to resurrect the situation in a sense of you just and I totally understand of not wanting to walk away with them saying all those things, but in reality, They know where they went wrong, 100%. And that's the only
that's the
way
reason why they keep going, and they keep going, because they feel guilt. Of course they do. I mean, fuck, the moment it happened, because
why are they still talking about it? You don't talk shit about them unless it's like an update of something that they've said.
So the thing is, they're saying 10,000 things, and to every 10,000 things they're saying, I'm saying one, right? So for example,
but I feel like you only say something when you've heard something new about the situation. The only time you've 100%. Ever spoken about them just like
is when there's
off the cuff is like just, you know, like nice things, memories, reminiscing, which I know because I have a very similar situation with the person where literally.
Exactly. You are reflecting on them in a positive light.
Because you know you were good friends for a really long time. There's you love them.
You know the traits about them that you loved, and that's why you did love them, right? And you're exactly right.
You don't need to make out like they're a horrible person now. Because if they were a horrible person, you probably never would have been friends.
Yeah. I don't think they're... If I'm being real with you, on reflection, I actually don't think they're horrible people, but I actually do think they're bad people. And I think that I was a part of that. I think I became slightly a baddish person. Honestly, if I'm reflecting on the things they do, bullying people, like this is actually happening, essentially emotionally and kind of physically cheating on their boyfriends, all of them. That's right, your boyfriends should watch this podcast. I don't even care anymore. Like, this is the thing, like, again, this is a threat. Felicity, do you want me to talk about how you treat another guy that we work with? Do you want me to go and tell your boyfriend? Do you want me to go speak about that online? The way that you act around that one guy that we work with? The way that you have said to Liz, the other worker, that if you went with your boyfriend, you would get with him? Right? This is all emotional cheating. Jenny, do you want me to talk about the hours and hours and hours of conversations we've had about how you don't love your boyfriend? Do you want me to bring that up?
This is the thing. I don't trust people.
Ali, you're not important enough for me to even talk about you, so.
I don't trust people who... Like, that even if we're not
Ali,
super,
you are important.
Like, obviously my really, really close friends, if they cheated, that's just like, what the fuck? Like, but even people that I'm not that close, if I hear of them like cheating, emotional cheating, I can't trust those people, because if you don't respect the person that's closest to you, how the fuck are they ever going to respect? Why would you expect them to respect you?
See, I'm more of an excuse.
They don't respect their own boyfriends.
You're right. I'm more of an excuse just where I'll be like, I'm not going to get involved. Like, I don't really care. Everyone's on their own journey. But the only reason I'm saying this and getting involved is because the way you're treating me. If you really think you've got shit on me, do you want to hear what I have on you? That's what I mean. It's like, I actually don't. Honestly, I'll be real with you. Someone wants to cheat on their partner. It actually is none of my business. Again, it says more about you than it does your partner, right? Peace and love to you. You're obviously on some sort of journey where you're struggling, this, that, whatever. You can't be trustworthy, whatever. You do whatever you got to do. I'm not going to judge it. I actually will not judge. I'm not a judgmental person like that. However, like I said, if you're going to sit here and act like you have shit on me because I have explained the way you've behaved, then babe, I will go off and off and off. Liz, do you want me to talk about the fact that you have said that you do not care about Ali? You do not care about Jenny, and that's why them being bitches constantly doesn't even affect you anymore, because you have no investment and no emotional attachment to them. Should we talk about that? Actually, that was mean to bring Liz into it, but I don't care. Like, because Liz actually has been really nice. She's the only one. But in saying that, she didn't reach out. You know what I mean? She's seeing someone get obliterated.
Liz was trying to, from what I've heard, Liz is trying to play both sides. And I hate people like that even more, to be honest. Pick a side. I hate people who try to play both sides, because like you just can't trust people like that.
Look, Liz is the only one out of all of them that I will still make excuses for, because when I went to work with them, she was really kind to me and spent time with me. You know, so yes, she was trying to play both sides. She still treated me kindly. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's so important.
That's true.
And also too, I can understand she probably doesn't care about me enough, honestly. And she saw the way I acted too. Like, I wasn't perfect in my behavior. So she was probably just like, I'm perfect. She was probably just like, I'm going to take a step out and not be involved with any of these people, except with regards to work.
No, because I feel like you've been really like pushed to this point.
Oh my god,
I'm not
completely.
like, I'm actually like coming in his defense, because I know he's seeing me coming across really aggressively, but he has been pushed to this point because he's tried so hard to like,
remain literally,
just like to literally firstly be self-aware, take accountability for everything. Yeah, you know, not like, you know, he didn't like remove, because realistically it wasn't like a massive drama need to like remove and block.
It was so
he left them on social, like everything, you know, and I feel like they have dragged it because because of the guilt that they feel. So they need to like really cement to everyone around them that it's his fault.
It's me. I'm me.
Whereas like
I'm the villain.
it always takes two to tango,
if not four. Yeah, like, and that's the other thing too. It's like, this isn't just, oh, they're doing this, they're doing that. This is, I've heard from at least 3, 4, 5 people now that they know about the dramas and this, that, whatever. And I'm like, it was one argument. There's ugly Ali who's just like going off her rocker, acting like she's innocent.
Wait,
mate, the last messages I have.
Wait, we probably shouldn't cover people's laws.
You can though. When people have been consistently mean for you, you can go after whatever you want.
Right, done.
I really believe that. I will never ever come after someone unless they've been disgusting and horrible and mean, and they have been disgusting and horrible and mean.
Yeah, I have one person that I've actually like bagged them out in that way because like it's
just too far, right? Ugly Ali, like, let's talk about the fact that the last messages you have sent me are you bagging Jenny. The last messages I have on my phone, which you probably have deleted.
Why are all the names so perfect? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I make them perfect. The last messages I have on my phone are you sending me TikToks that are about like, how about people start being considerate of other people's feelings? How about this? And you are referencing Jenny, the fact that she is so selfish. But then somehow I'm the bad guy. You know what I mean? Just grow up, you ugly mole. And then that's the other thing too. Anyway, long story short, I've been the bigger person and I don't care to be the bigger person anymore. It's simple as that. I do not care to be the bigger person anymore. You know why? Because they villainized me anyway.
Can I ask you a hypothetical question? So just say you were up at the beach with your friends and you know you started, like, you got your period and you started to get really bad period cramps. Okay. Would you wait 5 minutes for your friends to leave and drive home with them for an hour and a half? Or B, would you start kicking and screaming, calling your boyfriend and ask him to hurry up and come get you, which would take an extra hour and a half to get there and then go back?
B is the obvious answer. Anyway, let's move on from that. We're back to peace, love and light. I actually, like you said, I haven't involved myself in it. I haven't thought about it, but you know, again, if you're going to make me be the villain, I am happy to be the villain now. I'm done trying to control my actions and control my behavior because it hasn't worked out for me. You know what I mean? So if you want me to let loose,
I'll be Maleficent
I'll be Maleficent up in this bitch. Do you have any fun updates for me?
Oh my God, don't even ask. Wait. I'm trying to think.
How was the races? So if you don't know Melbourne, where we live,
Melbourne.
It's kind of like the race capital in the world.
Well, there's like different,
horse racing.
You know, they've got like the Royal Ascot in England, they've got like the Kentucky Derby, but this is like one of the biggest is the Melbourne Cup. We're so lucky in Melbourne to have like so many big sporting events. But yeah, the Melbourne Cup, there's a few like race weeks, but this is the main week, which happens at Flemington Racecourse. We do really have a lot in Melbourne with regards
to that kind of stuff. Continue. We've got 2 soccer teams.
Well, I went to Caulfield Cup, which every year that I go to the races, I just go to get dressed up, to get photos, have a good time, let loose. But I was a bit bored at Caulfield Cup, so I actually got into the betting. I was like, okay, I'm like, give it a go. I left that day with more money than I came there with, and so then again on Derby Day, I also made a bit of money. So I think moving forward, that will be like this focal point
is betting
for me to go.
All right. What else do I have to tell you about? I'm going to Sydney next week. That's really fun.
No! Who are you going with?
Big Fat Cairo.
Oh my God, beautiful.
Yeah. Do you know what I love about having influencers friends? I don't like influencers. Let me just preface that. I have found from my experience now, they're not that kind and genuine. I mean, I've actually found them all really, really nice. Like, they're all really nice off face value. But just from my outward perspective and perception, I've found that they're like maybe a bit inauthentic or maybe like just not my people. Actually, I take it back. They're all lovely, just not my people. You know?
I get that.
Whereas I found a few that are, like a couple that are, especially Cairo. And just like she's so normal. Like literally 2 days ago, we were like, should we go on a little trip? Like, we're not doing anything else. And she was like, oh my God, yes, can we?
Yeah.
Booked it last night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
she's really lovely.
Because we're in such, and I had said this to her while we were booking it. I was like, you do realize how lucky we are, right? And she's like, no, I know. I was like, no one else can do this but us. And she was like, I know, we're so lucky. And I was like, yeah, a bit of dramas, random dramas. I don't know if I actually can talk about this because the person will probably know I'm talking about them, but I know they don't watch. So
I mean, I feel like any person that you talk about is going to probably know that it's about them.
Yeah. Actually, wait, before I
Why
get
is
onto
this
this.
person like a controversy?
No, but before I get onto that, Alicia, I love that with Alicia, I can just say her name. Like, she won't really care. She's actually fucking crazy. Like, so I get a message from her this morning while she's at the airport because she's going to New Zealand for work.
Oh, okay.
I get a message from this morning.
Congrats,
and it's a
doll.
screenshot of a post Cairo, my friend, has posted that it's me playing guitar and our guitar teacher in front of us.
Yeah.
And she's written...
I already know where this is going.
Oh my god, dude, your guitar teacher is so fucking hot.
Wait, can I see?
He is hot.
I need to see.
I'll give him that. He's hot.
But I also want to see the message. Oh my god, stop, it's in the room. You can't even see what he really looks like.
She smiles like ha ha ha, and she's like, I think I want him. I'm like, you're actually fucking crazy.
I think I know you do, darling.
Like, firstly, you don't think a thing. Like, you've never thought in your life, you know. Secondly, let a man that's attractive just live for once.
Suddenly she needs guitar lessons as well. She's like, can I join?
Just let him exist, babe. Like, let a man exist.
I love
She's
it.
very entertaining. But then that leads me on to my other drama. I'm not going to say names. Let's call it people Sally and Jennifer, right? So Sally and Jennifer.
Do I know?
Yeah. Okay, so Sally and Jennifer. Long story short, I actually can't tell this story without it not making sense because it's appropriate to their work. Mm-hmm. Long story short, Jennifer had a work event, right? Mm-hmm. Jennifer had a work event, and we were going to do, say, a dinner on that night, right? Me, Jennifer, and Sally. We're going to do a dinner on this one night that Jennifer had a work event.
Okay, wait, I feel like I know who it is.
Sally goes to Jennifer, just tell your work that you can't do that day and that you want to do another day so that we can go to dinner. And Jennifer's
still.
like, oh, I actually asked, can we maybe do the day after? And she's like, no, just say to them you simply can't do that day. And I was like, oh my god. Anyway, Jennifer just wrote something like, haha, okay, like awkwardly. And then I spoke to Jennifer, like, let's say a day after that, and we're on the phone, and Jennifer was like, oh, I was kind of shocked when Sally did that. I was like, oh, don't worry, I showed my entire family the messages and was like, how fucked is this?
Anything that you just know that anything that you say or do in front of Anthony, 15 other people will find out about it.
You have to explicitly say to me, do not tell anyone this.
Or else he's a stupid.
And even so, there's potential that I'll tell someone that has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, he will decide if he thinks it's okay to tell her.
Get it off your chest. Yeah, honestly, I mean it, Mihaila. Wait, I just said your name and was like, have I said someone's name? I'm just done. Like, I don't want to be perfect anymore. I realize that I don't expect that from anyone else, so why am I expecting it from myself? It's probably half the reason why I fight with my friends, because I'm constantly thinking, I need to work on myself, so I'm constantly thinking they need to work on themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm fucking done. Like, actually, I like the person that I am. I might not think I'm the perfect best person, but I love my relationships with people. I love the way that I treat people. Thank you. I think you are too. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm done hyper fixating on what I'm doing wrong and all that kind of stuff. It's just, I feel like it's just ruined me the past 6 months.
Like, when it matters, like, you do the right thing, and like when it, I don't know. I feel like you do have really good judgment of, like,
I think so.
When you can and can't say something, when you should or shouldn't do something. And I feel like the way that you handled the situation with these people, you really did do your best to stop it from, like, blowing out of proportion.
Yeah. And the truth of the matter is, I'm saying it on here, not that many people watch this podcast. If I'm being real with you, there might be a few thousand, right? Yeah. So it's like, I'm not saying it to hundreds of thousands. I mean, they'll go on here and watch it because the only time they'll support me is when they see the like, you know what I mean?
They love a hate watch.
Exactly. Can I tell you something? And this is disgusting of you, Jenny, Liz, Felicity, and Ali. Not one of you, and I don't need support from my friends. I actually don't. I actually really don't. I don't care. So I didn't even question this when they did it. But not one of you followed the podcast page or watched the podcast when I first came out with it. There's drama involved, and all of you are watching the full thing. Honestly, reflect on how disgusting you are as people. I'm not even joking. Like, you guys aren't horrible, but you behave disgustingly consistently.
Had like no interest in. I was there when you like put on the podcast, and this person was in the podcast episode. Didn't even have any interest in watching it. But yeah, when they think that there's drama, they'll sit there and watch.
It's so disrespectful.
That is really sad.
It's really so sad because you met this person and there's potential.
You don't. Like, that's not a person that cares about like their friend or is like happy for their friend's achievement.
100%.
You're just like literally making everything about yourself.
In saying that, okay, I'm glad that I remembered this. I was gonna say plug Yorgi. Because I was going to say we'd never plugged Yorgi the first time.
Oh my God. Like, it's honestly so MIA right now.
Oh, really?
Like
but it's
I've
fine.
been
This is gonna come out
offline,
in a
but
few
yeah,
weeks.
for the past year, I've been working on a clothing brand. It's called Yorgi Linden.
Go follow at Yorgi Linden,
but
please.
It has been quiet for a bit, but I am working on some new things for summer.
If you're a pretty girl,
if you're into like,
if you're a pretty girl, go follow Yorgi
girly,
Linden.
like right now, I'm like a little bit scruffy, but I promise there's some nice stuff there.
Yeah,
Thanks,
but go follow. But yeah, no, they just it's people that actually want to see you fail.
Yeah,
they don't want to see you strive. They want to see you fail. And
yeah, I didn't mind being around like Jenny. Like, you know, I thought she was like
fun
sweet and funny.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I felt really bad because that was the first time I'd really been around you with them, and I've really felt like they were suppressing your energy, and I felt like you were on eggshells around them the whole time, and
100%.
you were always the scapegoat. Like
Everything
they know that you're gonna make some like harsh jokes, but it's never actually out of a place of like meaning anything. It's always just a joke,
and it's almost my only way of actually getting out my energy back to them. You know what I mean? If
and
there's
sometimes
shit
she chooses, it's like no problem, but then when she wanted it to be a problem, so I felt bad for you because I could see that you were on eggshells.
Yeah, which is so difficult, and that's the thing too. Like, I mean, I said this last week. I keep saying it. David the Medium said to me, the universe does not owe you a fucking thing, but it will give you back. It will match the energy that you put into it. And when you're surrounded by people like that, you can't do anything but put back shitty energy.
Yeah,
you can't give your good energy. You can't give your authentic energy because you're like, oh, I can't say that. Oh, if I say it, is it gonna? Oh, no, they don't. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm glad now that I'm separate from it because my energy can be clear. My energy can be fun. My energy can be me. You know.
Yeah.
This is me.
I actually do have a little fun update, but I don't know if it's like worthy of the podcast, but I was just randomly got a notification on LinkedIn that this person that I know that I work with on Back to the Bench has a connection who was hiring a freelance journalist for like a soccer magazine. And so just as a laugh, I put my resume in there.
Yeah.
But he was like, I'm really impressed with your experience, whatever. And I have a like proper in-person interview on Friday. I get scared to talk about these things though.
Beforehand, yeah. Well, this won't be aired till after.
So I was like, oh, okay, no,
that should go well. It should go very, very well.
I actually don't know anything about soccer though.
You don't need
footies,
to.
but I'm just gonna, I'll be honest about that. I can learn.
You can learn like that, you know what I mean? Also, I know soccer. You can just come ask me.
Exactly, yeah. I have people in my life.
It's not about what you know, it's about who you know. So, long story short, we worked at Country Road for years and years and years. No, not really. Just for a couple of years, right? I started working there, right, and there was this one manager, it was the stockroom manager at the time, was just a fucking cow to me. Like, she was just so, and also anyone who thinks calling a woman a cow is bad, go fuck yourself. I mean, she was a cow. You know, I posted the other day, I was talking about someone who was like treating me awfully. I was like, she was a fucking cow, and someone was like, really, we're gonna let him call a woman a cow? It's like, you are the problem.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? If you can't go, like, regardless of gender, if someone's an asshole, they're an asshole. You know what I mean?
Plus, like, I don't think cow has anything to do with like
gender,
but it's also got nothing to do with like physical like appearance. Like,
no,
it's just, like,
maybe they were into
cow. I don't know.
Yeah, a cow. And this woman was an absolute cow. She just like every moment she could to like treat me like shit. She was, but like I was obsessed with like getting her to like me. So we had this like weird relationship where like where she kind of really liked me, but also just treated me like shit.
Yeah.
So like we had some really nice deep chats. So like she told me about her fucked up upbringing. She told me about all this kind of stuff. She'd done drugs very early on in age. She'd had a kid very early on in her life. So I also empathized with her a lot because I obviously knew that she didn't have the start I had to life. Yeah. Right. But this fucking woman just would do the most fucked up shit. Like, she'd stand behind me, like touching me, watching what I'm doing, and I'd be like, "Are you alright?" And she'd be like, "Yeah, just doing a routine check on how you're tagging the clothes." And I'd be like, "Oh, okay." She'd be like, "Yeah, it's something we do." And then later on in the shift, she'd be gone, and another like a staff member that had been there for 20 years would be there, and she'd be like, "That's not a thing. We don't do routine tagging checks."
I mean, I worked there were no tagging checks.
Right, or like, for example, she would tell me off for picking up a certain looking box, right? One time there was a box that had a pink tape on it, and she told me off for picking up the box. She goes, "What does common sense tell you that a box with pink tape means on it means?" And I was like, "Oh, so, maybe that it's women's wear." I'm not sure, because I just thought, fucking gender stereotypes, pink. She goes, "No, Anthony, no." And then she goes, it meant something like it goes on the floor in this corner. And I was like, okay, whatever. I actually, while she was yelling at me, looked at another staff member. You never worked there while she was there. Her name was Tatenda or something. And I looked at Tatenda, and Tatenda had been there for like a year and a half, and Tatenda goes like this.
Yeah.
She was behind her. So I was like, okay, this isn't a known thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, shift went on, whatever. She yelled at me. It was fine. I was like, "Oh, sorry, I know that now." Later, Lyndall, the other worker, was there. Oh, no, maybe it was Shaney. And I asked, I was like, "Oh,
beautiful Shaney.
Lenice told me off today because I didn't know, blah, blah, blah." And Lyndall goes, "You're taking the piss? She told you off for that?" I go, "Yeah." She goes, "I suggested we should do that yesterday."
Yeah.
So it was like, she made me feel like a dickhead for not knowing that.
Up and down, and she's just a really up and down person, but she's like taking it out on you.
She was taking it out on me, you know why?
She felt like she can, because you probably wouldn't say anything.
And I was really sweet then. When I started at Country Road, I was really sweet. I was 18 years old, or maximum 19. And hey, Shadow, my baby kitty cat. I was 18, 19 years old, and I got there and everyone liked me straight away. Yeah. Whereas she'd been there for a year and a half and everyone was still iffy around her. And she was just like, this is... And also, I think the fact that I was a man, I think she was a bit of a man hater, which is fine. We are too. You know what I mean? In some ways. Right? So I think she saw an avenue to take it out on me, and she did.
Yeah. Because you would have been you wouldn't have said anything. Yeah. Like, especially then.
I didn't for 7 months. I didn't say anything. I was really depressed at the time too.
Yeah.
Because of Jerry.
It's so funny because that's like yeah, we have so much in common. I feel like that's literally, I just realized in my job, like, I've been like taken a bit of a ride from my manager because she thought that I would never say anything. Yeah, now I've like finally been pushed like to my limit with it. Yeah.
But they like deemed that, oh yeah, she was treating me a little bit unfairly. Oh, so this is what set it off. I walked into, like, this is fucked. I walked into the store at 9:01. I was supposed to be there
really
at 9.
monotone to just bang.
I walked into the store at 9:01 when I was supposed to be there at 9 a.m. Right? Mind you, bit of backstory. I was supposed to be there at 11 o'clock. I had an exam that day, and I had said, and they were complaining that they needed some other staff. And Lenice, the bully, she goes, "You're late," as soon as I walk in, and I'm like, the frick. Like,
mind you, I'd always get there like a minute late. But to be fair, I always
got there 15 minutes early.
Yeah.
Always got there 15 minutes early. Oh, sorry, that's what I was saying. Backstory, I was supposed to get there at 9 o'clock, at 11 o'clock, but Lenice was saying she's really overworked, she's really stressed, she needs help. And I had piped up and been like, if you need extra help, I'm happy to come in 2 hours earlier. I had an exam later that day. Yeah. But I was like, I'm happy to, I didn't have time to go in. But I was like, I actually was feeling sad for her. So I helped. Got there at 9:01. "You're late." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I know, I'm sorry." And she's like, no, sorry doesn't cut it, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, Lenice, I said, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what
she's so worried about that minute. Why is she wasting more time going off at you?
I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do. She's like, no, we need to address this because this is ridiculous. This has happened more than once now. And I was like, Lenice, I've actually never been late to a shift. This was probably like it would have been, I would have had a lot of shifts by this point. I was like, Lenice, I'm literally never late. I don't know what you're talking about. And she was like, yes, you are. That's not true. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, you can ask any of the other managers. I don't know why you're doing this. I was like, you consistently pick on me, and I don't know why. You just constantly pick. You're a nitpicker. Oh, she goes, I'm a nitpicker, am I? I go, yeah, you are. You just nitpick and nitpick and nitpick. And she kept on going on, and I was like, I'm not doing this. I go, Lenice, I've had a really tough morning. I'm not doing this, right? And she goes, no, you don't get to just say that, blah, blah, blah. Can I just tell you what my tough morning was? I had left the house after my older brother, who was abusive towards me my whole life, had just thrown me to the ground and hit me or something, right? And this dumb slut was telling me off for being 1 minute late. Yeah. Like, well, I was there early to help you, you ugly moron. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Anyway, then I got like I was like, that's it, I'm launching like a harassment claim, and I did, and it was successful, but also not successful. She got sent away. She was gone 1 or 2 days of each week to go to like camp, like managerial professional training camp.
That's wild.
But she needed more than that. She should have got fired. I mean, honestly, country road, shame on you. Like, if someone's bullying someone at work, I'm sorry, there's no excuse.
Yeah.
Bullying people is just not okay in any way, shape or form, unless they're bullies.
Companies like never actually take any action on things unless it directly affects them.
I also think in Australia too, though, our employment laws are really fucked. So, like, they're good.
I don't really understand them that well.
They're really good, but they're fucked in the sense that, like, if you fire someone, they're entitled to a lot.
Oh,
right?
Okay,
so I think that's why companies are like, well, if we fire them, we have to give her a $500,000 payout for nothing, you know? Yeah. So one of my friends that I had in high school, right? There was this one. So I genuinely reckon all of them are bisexual or gay. Okay. All of them, right? I mean, except for maybe...
How is it not the person that I'm thinking of?
Except for maybe... Well, he's bisexual.
So it is that group of people?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
But except for maybe one of them. There's one of them I can think that I don't think is bisexual or gay, but the other ones I can. Anyway, one of them got into a relationship, right, with this girl, right? No, we don't need a name. She got into a relationship with this girl. Actually, no, let's give him names. Let's give this guy the name Gary and the girl the name Lisa, right? So Gary got into a relationship with Lisa. Gary got into a relationship with Lisa, right? Gary was friends with this girl. Let's call her Rachel. Yeah. Gary was friends with Rachel, right? Rachel was bisexual, right? So Gary felt very comfortable and honest opening up to Rachel. Now, when Gary got with Lisa, he kind of discarded Rachel. So Rachel was a little bit... It feared him a little bit. Valid. So I think wanted to get back at him a little bit. So Rachel told one of the other... Let's say the other guy in our group's name is Steve. Told Steve some questionable stuff about Gary that we later confirmed was true.
Wait, like what along the like lines of like that he's...
Wait. Because obviously... Rachel was bisexual, right? Yeah. So Gary felt comfortable saying certain things. So one of the things Gary had told her was that he was once on a cruise, I think to Thailand or something like that, and he sucked off one of the guys that was on that cruise, and his dad and his brother caught him sucking someone off, or his dad caught him. Yeah, right. How fucked is that? And then, so this all made sense because at his 21st birthday, which would have been like 9 months after this story actually happened, we were at the 21st, and the dad and the brother are going, we were very shocked when Gary brought home Lisa. Let's just say we were very happy that he was bringing home a girl, yada, yada, yada. And we all just like, oh, they were insinuating he'd never get a girlfriend, yada, yada, yada.
Wait, I've heard that line at a few birthdays. I'm worried what that means now.
But yeah, no, Gary was like sucked off a bloke, and we knew, like I knew it.
Oh, how was that?
Yeah, so Friday's Live, if you don't know what that is,
I know someone who really wanted to go would be through Jelly.
Yeah. If you don't know what Friday's Live is, again, it's an Australian tour thing where a bunch of like R&B artists from the 2000s come and perform. So this year we had Mariah Carey, Pitbull, Wiz Khalifa, Jordan Sparks, and a couple other people, right? Really amazing. I went to it. But one thing I wanted to talk about was Mariah Carey at Friday's Live was like zonked off her brain. Like she was
would not expect
so
that.
drugged up. Like it was actually, honestly, it was really sad that we left because I was like, I'm not watching this.
Really?
She was literally singing like this.
Bad?
She wasn't singing, so she was lip syncing like this.
But is it to the point where like everyone in the crowd would notice that?
Everyone in the crowd. We were all talking about it with other people in the crowd that we didn't even know.
Like I would not see
so
that
drugged
coming.
up, like to the point where when she was talking, she was like, "Everybody, have a good time." Like that's how she was talking. And like I'm saying, like the song's going and she's like 3 seconds behind in lip syncing.
Oh, it's really sad.
So sad. I mean, look, people are saying she's got a chronic illness, so she's heavily medicated for that. Feels shifty, you know what I mean? How come every single biggest celebrity, right? Every single biggest celebrity ever ends up, exactly. Well, that's why I've got to, just like stick it like the Troye Sivan level when I get really famous. Troye Sivan to Ariana Grande is like where I'm staying.
Yeah.
I don't want to be Taylor Swift Beyonce. I want to be Troye Sivan to Ariana Grande. Pitbull, incredible.
Yeah, he's a happy celebrity.
He must surround himself with good energy because that
he's
man,
very religious.
he was like, I want to thank everybody for going tonight. He was
He just
so.
seems like he's just like loving life.
He seems like he genuinely appreciates the life.
He really,
that he lives.
yeah. He is Mr. Worldwide.
Do you wonder how much they get paid for something like that?
I don't know. I actually don't know. Like, I'm not.
Me and my friends were talking about it'd have to be at least. We were saying Mariah and people would have to be at least 3 mil, surely.
For that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be for 2 weeks of work or a week and a half of work.
Oh yeah. If it's
not really. It's 4 nights, but it's over the span of 2 weeks.
And they've got to travel and everything.
They've got to be their whole family there. Oh, I think it would be that plus all expenses paid.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
They're not paying for anything.
No, they're not paying.
But I feel like that sounds reasonable for them.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be paying them 5.
Yeah. Oh, well, you would be. Big bucks. Daddy Warbucks.
Do you know what I was thinking the other day? I'm actually a bit fucked. Actually, we know this, but like, do you know what's so weird? I get worked up about the stupidest things. Like, I've been getting worked up lately because I saw Billie Eilish say in a speech, she was in like a room that was like for a charity, and she's like,
oh, yeah.
She was like, there's a lot of people that are richer than me in here. She's like, so billionaires, why are you a billionaire?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I actually felt that was really powerful, right?
Yeah.
Because I thought about it, like, it's so true. Like, I mean, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of Taylor Swift, but unless you're like Taylor Swift, where like Taylor Swift donated like hundreds of millions of dollars during her Eras tour. Like, she donated, I'm pretty sure she donated more than she made profit from the Eras tour. I'm pretty sure. I did actually search it up because I was like, I wanted to see that. What did she
donate to?
So each city that she was in, she donated to like their homeless shelters and stuff like that. So each city she'd do it, which is amazing, incredible, right?
Yeah, no, that's really good. I feel like homelessness is like that's like really like one that I feel like it shouldn't even be a thing.
Yeah, and it's so easily fixable. And she also gave like away more than like $100 million to her workers. She gave like extra bonuses, which is incredible.
Yeah.
Like, say what you want.
Like, and like obviously like good on her for doing. I'm not discrediting it, but like, why do people like who needs that much money?
Yeah, exactly, and that's what Billie Eilish was getting at.
I know,
right?
and it's like
exactly that's what Billie Eilish was getting at. But then I started getting worked up about myself becoming a billionaire because I was like, well, I need to become a billionaire so that I can help as many people as I can. Blah 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 blah. And I was getting really worked up because I was like, oh, I've got to be who Billie Eilish is talking about. Like, you know what I mean? Like, be a kind of person that's, you know, in that position, but doing so much good with it. And then I was like, the day after, I was like, I need to fucking chill. Like, this has happened multiple times where I've gotten worked up about that.
About something that's so
far out of the picture.
I totally know what you mean, because I've literally had like a very similar scenario. Not like saying... But I'm like, I would worry that I'm like, what if I was in their shoes and I acted like, what if I'm just as bad? Like, what if I had that much money, I behave that way as well? Like, you just don't know until you know. Like, obviously you want to hope, and it seems like illogical to not even donate that money. But I had that moment of like, well, who knows? Like, maybe that's like what happens when you're in that position.
Yeah, exactly, right? You always want more and more and more. This is something that's kind of fucked. I probably shouldn't admit this on here, but I tried like signing up to volunteer for a dog shelter, and I gave up because they made the fucking sign up so fucking difficult. They were like, we need your resume, we need 4 references, we need this, and I'm like, go fucking look after the dogs yourself. Like, I'm trying to do a good thing. Like, I want to be there to help the dogs, but I'm not going to do it at the expense of my peace of mind. Like,
administration just like, they just make it so hard.
I'm literally coming to help at a dog shelter. Like, what do you think? What do you think my intentions are? I'm going to steal a dog? Like, these dogs need to get taken. Like,
I mean,
you know what I mean? Like, the goal is to get these dogs taken. So, like, what could I potentially do at a dog shelter that you need references for my job at a cafe?
4 references.
4 fucking references.
Is it just like on the end of your resume?
Do you know why? Because it was in North Melbourne. They're all like fucking woke and like sticklers for the rules. I don't believe in rules. Rules were made for gay people.
I definitely don't believe in rules.
Do you know what I said? Rules are made for gay people to break.
They don't stay on the straight and narrow. Speaking, I always somehow... And even when I don't intend to, I'm always breaking a rule. Like, when we're leaving the races, it's like, oh, you can't exit the premises with like an open drink. Like, and I didn't even have the intention to do that, but I would just walked out with the open can, and they're like, and I wouldn't even have the intention to do that.
It's the fact that we aren't sticklers for the rules. It's not in our first.
Yeah, it just it literally washes over me.
Because walking outside with a cup is just not that big of a deal, right?
Yeah.
You and I are very logical, in my opinion, very logical people. We don't don't need rules to put us in the lines of a good and a bad person.
Yeah.
Right? Peace. I don't know if I've told you, but I've realised, I might have even spoken about this on the podcast last week, but I've realised how subconscious I am, like, fearful. This is really weird. Like, you're going to be like, oh, really? How fearful I am for my life being gay. I know that's so weird, but, like, I've realised how my brain will go straight to being gay when certain things, like, for example, especially with traveling, like, if I ever consider, like, I need to go, like, to a Middle Eastern country as a stopover, my brain, like, when I'm in that stopover, all I can think about is, am I safe? Am I safe? Am I safe? Am I safe? Yeah, and a lot of things, like, even, like, if I ever have, like, a problem with a friend or I genuinely, my brain will go, is it because I'm gay?
Really?
Yeah.
See,
or, like, a straight man, like, if I'm ever talking to a straight man, or, like, so weird, all I can think is that they're looking at me thinking, oh, he's weird. And I realise that's why I hate straight men.
I have had the thought, like, when we've hung around straight guys and like I have had that thought that I'm like, oh, he's like self-conscious about it, like is he, and you know, are they like thinking,
about it?
Like, I hate that, and I like, even saying this out loud makes me sick, but that stereotype was straight away they think like that because he's gay that he must be interested in them. So I have had that consideration, and I've obviously had the consideration that you're worried about the fact that dating as a gay person and like wanting to start a family is harder. So I have had those, but I obviously would never be able to understand like the intricate like thoughts that you would have.
I don't understand it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. I'm just like, I just experience
you literally experience. Yeah, you
it's
just
so weird, isn't it? It's so weird.
It's really
well, it's the same
hard.
thing
It's
as
like
women,
this extra
right?
battle.
Yeah, it's the same thing as women being hyper conscious of their safety all the time, and like being hyper conscious of like their position in the world. Yeah, just so fucking weird.
That's why, like, I don't like too much to get into like the whole like gender and like the man versus women debate, because I really hate just like the confrontation of it all. But I do get upset when guys are like, oh, like there's no need for feminism, like everything's equal now, and they just like take their privilege like in just for granted. Like they really do.
100%. One time my brother-in-law,
you don't need to like, sorry, but like you don't need to like, you know, be kissing our feet, and there needs to be an argument over everything. And sometimes I feel like people take it too far, like the man hating
100%
for sure, but it's just like
you need to still acknowledge that there is a difference there, and you are in a superior position just off of the bat, right? You know, like it's just the truth of the matter in a lot of ways that are really important, because at the end of the day, like they
think everything gets balanced out because they have to pay for dates.
Well, that also they think everything gets balanced out because if they say an unsavory joke, it's more damaging than if a gay guy were to, or if a girl were to. And it's like, babe, that's just the energy, like, you know, trying its best to balance out. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're worried about safety. You're worried about not making a shitty joke. You know what I mean? Like, you know?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Love you. Sorry if I was mean this episode, but the people deserve it. Bye.
I'm backing him regardless. Mwah.